Hello everyone, today I will present about consumer demand. The definition of consumer demand theory is concerned with the relationship between consumer demand and market price for products and services. Consumer demand concerned with consumer behavior. When demand curve is horizontally sloped downward due to the price of the commodity falls as quantity grows, consumer will purchase for the goods and service in quantity they may to pay when needs and wants. Producers need to understand it and value it with a quantity. Also, how decision to purchase various types of assets and economic products is made in order to maximize satisfaction. People demand for goods and services to satisfy their basic needs for food, healthcare, clothing, entertainment, and accommodation. The level of satisfaction is exists for consumers who are able to purchase higher price for higher quality goods and service. In contrary, the normal and low quality goods and service in lower price. This shows the price of goods and service provided will influence consumer judgment of their utility.
Consumer choice. Customer choice that theory examines consumer preference and expenditure as well as consumer demand curve in macroeconomics. It examines how consumers might improve the desirability of their consumption as measured by their preference while remaining under budget constraints by maximizing overall utility while remaining inside a consumer budget limitation. Consumer theory models are used to describe prospectively observable demand patterns for an individual buyer under the idea of constraint optimism. Utility concept. Economic usefulness of a good or service is important to understand since it has a direct impact on the demand and as a result price. The term utility was created by Daniel Bernoulli as a famous Swiss mathematician of 18th century. The measurement of utility exists in analysis of customer demand behavior. It may be assessed in two ways, which is cardinal approach and ordinal approach.
The pie chart shows the gender of the respondents' background. From the pie chart, it is clearly visible that the majority of respondents to this survey are female with higher frequency than the male, which is 17 respondents represent 56.7% of male. Meanwhile, the frequency of male only 13 respondents representing 43.3%. The pie chart shows the number of respondents based on their ethnicity. The majority of the respondents are Chinese, which consists of 14 out of 30 respondents or 46.7%. Followed by this was the 10 out of 30 respondents who are Malay, which forms 33.3%. The third ethnicity shows 4 respondents represent 13.3% from Indian races, and the most minor ethnicity is other races with 2 respondents represent 6.7%. The pie chart shows the age of respondent. The majority of the sample answered by the respondents' ages below 30 consists of 20 out of 30 respondents, representing 66.7%. The second highest age percentage of respondents is the age between 31 to 40, which are 6 out of 30 respondents that represent 20%. Then, the age range between 41 to 50 and above 51 consists of the same number of respondents, which is 2 out of 30 respondents or 6.7%.
Part B shows the survey of consumer behavior responded by 30 respondents on branded product and shopping. For statement 1, there are only 1 respondent choose strongly disagree, which occupies 3.33%, and no respondent choose disagree. Other than that, 6 respondents choose moderate, which is occupy 20%. 16 respondents choose agree, occupy 53.33%, and 7 respondents choose strongly agree, occupy 23.33%. As a conclusion, 53.33% out of 100% of respondents agree that purchasing goods depending on their brands are more reliable. This is because consumers are often having their own plans and making their own decisions in buying goods depending on the brands, as it makes them purchasing quickly and efficiently. For statement 2, only one respondent chose strongly disagree, occupied 3.33%, which is the lowest percentage of skill chosen. 2 respondents chose disagree, occupied 6.67%, and 10 respondents chose moderate, occupied 33.33%. Then there are 14 respondents, which is 46.67%, chose agree, which is the highest percentage of skill chosen. And the last skill chosen by 3 respondents is strongly agree, which occupied 10%. To conclude this statement, there are 14 out of 13 respondents choose agreed, because buying branded products may affect the reputation of buyers indirectly. Most of the consumers agree that even if the price is high, they would still prefer buying fancy branded goods to make them look wealthier.
Based on the survey of Statement 3, there are 9 out of 30 respondents choose moderate, which is 30%, 8 respondents choose strongly agree, 26.67%, and 1 respondent choose strongly disagree, 3.33%. The most skill chosen by respondents are agree, which were 12 out of 30 respondents, which is 40%, while 0 respondents choose disagree. This shows that most of respondents will increase their purchase when their income is rising. Based on assumption of ceteris paribus, consumers tend to purchase more goods at the same price when their income increases. The percentage shows that consumers are having higher purchasing power and able to purchase more goods that they want. Based on the survey of Statement 4, there are 12 out of 30 respondents answered strongly agree, 40%. Based on the chart, it shows that 10 respondents choose agree, which is 33.33%, 7 respondents choose moderate, which is 23.33%, while 0 respondents choose disagree, and the rest was 1 respondent choose strongly agree, 3.33% out of 30 respondents. From the aspect of buyers, the more items consumers want to buy, there will be an increasing in the price. In vice versa, from the aspect of the seller, more goods will be sold, will cause the price to fall. This will make consumers will increase their purchases if the price of any goods become low. This is the exact situation that will occur when the price of any goods become cheaper. Consumers prefer to purchase the goods in a large quantity.
For Statement 5, there are 2 respondents choose strongly disagree, which represents 6.67%. 4 respondents choose disagree. 13 respondents choose moderate, which occupies 43.33%. 4 respondents choose agree, and 7 respondents choose strongly disagree. Overall, majority of respondents stand moderate. The reason for this result is because buying goods either through online or in person have their own benefit. Online shopping has more variety, convenience, and no shelf pressure, while buying goods in person gives instant gratification, has personalized experience, and inspire product personally to guarantee the product quality. Statement 6, there are 1 respondent choose strongly disagree, 3 respondents choose disagree, which represent 10%. 10 respondents choose moderate, which represent 33.33%. 8 respondents choose agree, 26.67%, and 8 respondents choose strongly agree. The total number of respondents for choose agree and strongly agree is 16. This is because purchasing goods online is simple. Purchasing goods online eliminates the need to compare costs from store to store. Besides, purchasing goods online saves their time and money by eliminating the need to go to store and pay parking fee.
based on the graph as shown are related with the survey's result between good A and good B from consumer behavior too. In the first statement, there are 18 of 30 respondents stand strongly agree, representing 60% of the sample, followed by 9 respondents stand agree 30%, and the remaining 3 respondents stand moderate 10%. About the first statement, moreover, there are no respondents choosing strongly disagree and disagree. For the second statement, the highest percentage contribution was by the moderate stand, which are 11 out of 30 respondents, 36.67%. The second highest percentage comes from disagree stand, which is 9 respondents, 30%, while the lowest percentage comes from strongly disagree stand, which is 1 respondent, 3.33%. For the third statement, the respondents who stand strongly agree are 16 out of 30 respondents, representing 53.33% of the sample, contributing with the highest percentage, while the respondents who stand disagree is 1 respondent, representing 3.33%, contributing to the lowest percentage about the third statement. The respondents who have answered agree and moderate stand are 9 respondents, 30%, and 4 respondents, 13.33% respectively. For the fourth statement, the highest respondents stand agree, which are 14 out of 30 respondents, representing 46.67%, followed by 9 respondents stand moderate 30%, and 7 respondents stand strongly agree 23.33%. Besides, there are no respondents choosing strongly disagree and disagree. For the fifth statement, the greatest number of respondents stand strongly agree, which are 10 out of 30 respondents, representing 33.33%, while the least respondents stand disagree, which are 2 respondents, representing 6.67%. There are 9 respondents who have answered moderate and agree stand, which is representing 30% respectively. This is the table for the result of analysis from the graph between good A and good B, and the respondents stand against each statement.
Good day everyone. Today I will discuss about the reason for consumer preference as the income or price increase. As shown in the slide, there are 4 reasons, which is law of demand, consumer preference, substitute goods, and normal goods. Okay, now let us begin with the law of demand. The first statement, if the price of good A falls by 50%, I will purchase it. There are 90% of respondents agree to this statement. This is influenced by the law of demand. The law of demand asserts that price and quantity demanded have an inverse relationship. For example, when the price increases, the quantity demanded will decrease. When the price is decreased, the quantity demanded will increase. This is a normal human behavior. It is a common sense that individuals behave in this manner. There are another example to describe the law of demand. When the price of McDonald's Big Mac burger is increased, the quantity demanded for the burger will decrease. On the other hand, when the price of McDonald's Big Mac burger is decreased, the quantity demanded for the burger will increase. This is because the resources such as money is limited. Okay, next. Consumer preference. The second statement, even if the price of good A is high, I will still purchase good A. There are 36.67% of respondents from this survey stand moderate regarding this statement. The reason for this result might be because of consumer preference. Consumer preference are defined as the subjective or individual taste, as measured by the utility of various bundle of goods. But preferences are independent of income and prices. The ability to purchase goods does not determine a consumer likes or dislike. For example, Mama have a preference to have a Ferrari sport car over Toyota car, but only have the financial means to drive Toyota car. Besides that, substitute goods. The third statement, if the price of good B KFC rise by 50%, I will purchase good A. There are 83.33% respondents from this survey agree regarding this statement. This result clearly demonstrates the relationship between good A and good B are substitute goods. When it comes to substitute goods, as the price of one good increase, the demand for the substitute goods also will increase. For example, if the price of good in KFC increase, people might buy less KFC goods and more McDonald's goods. Lastly, normal goods. The fourth and fifth statement are almost the same. If my income increased by 50%, I will purchase good A or both good A and B. There are 70% and 63.33% respondents from this survey agree regarding the fourth and fifth statement respectively. This result shows that these two goods are normal goods. Normal goods are those that experience an increase in their demand due to an increase in the consumer income. For example, if the price of fried chicken increase, it will not affect the consumer incomes. But when the net income of consumer increase, it will affect the demand quantity of the fried chicken.
Consumer behavior that explained by economic theories. According to economic theories, a rational buyer is someone who has perfect information about the market and uses it to get the most value for its purchasing money and efforts. Several economic elements influence how the consumer spends his money on personal consumption. The most powerful motivator is said to be price. Consumers compare the offering of all competing sellers and choose the one with the lowest price. Several economic theories can describe various characteristics of purchasing behavior. Marginal utility theory, indifferent theory, income and saving theory, and rising income theory are the four basic economic theories that deal with buyer behavior. Mode of initiation refers to the process by which someone becomes inspired to make a purchase. The initiation might originate from a variety of sources. The mechanism of initiation is important, as self-initiation prior to a purchase has a different effect than initiation via advertisement. How this effect differs will depend on the individual impression of the brand. With a brand having higher equity in the views of the individual, more able to have an influence in advertising form than an unknown brand. This is an important issue to consider when it comes to online paid advertising. If you are advertising a new product or service, it is preferable to target those who have already decided they want to buy than those who have not. The marketing philosophy emphasizes that the customer, not the supplier, should be the driving force in the trade relationship. In Levitt's landmark article, Marketing Mafia states, management must see of itself not as manufacturing goods, but as delivering customer creating value satisfaction.
Hi, my name is Durgashini Anaprabhan Kunasagaran with metric ID 285710. Thus, I would like to be concluding the survey, the study done by Group 7 on consumer theory. So the study has been carried out to revise the factors that influence customers, or well known as consumers' demand behavior. And consumer behavior is actually a very complex and dynamic process that encompasses all customer decisions about the acquisition, consumption, and disposal of the products and services. So in economic concept, the demand theory actually describes the relationship between consumer demand for products and services together with the market prices. Our Group 7 actually has done the survey according to two commodities, which is goods A and goods B, and we used those goods A and goods B to evaluate based on various variables that are detected. Okay, so through goods A and goods B, we'll be able to look upon to the elements that have been evaluated. They are the cost of goods itself, the price of substitute products, and the income of the consumers. So according to the consumer behavior in part B, it is very clear that the consumer's behavior changes due to three reasons, which are the types of brand products, purchases, and income. For example, according to the first statement, customers able to actually purchase products depending on the brands of the products due to consumers have actually made up their mind earlier itself before purchasing them. Whereas according to the consumer behavior in part C, we're able to sum up that consumer behavior actually changes as the income or price increases.